Hello guys, welcome to my video. Today we're going to be talking about what to expect in your first 12 months of riding. The video you can see is me on a geared bike on my second CBT. First CBT I did it on a 49cc Chinese scooter, so this video applies to anyone on two wheels really who's just getting started. I'll firstly explain about how I started on two wheels. The first moped was a 49cc CPI Bravo 2011, if I'm not mistaken. I'll put a picture on anyway. So I started on that. It initially was just to get me to work and back. I got a new job which was a bit further away than my last job, and I needed it just to get in because getting the bus was it just took too long. So I needed my own mode of transport, if you like, and I figured a 49cc scooter is the cheapest way to do it. It also makes me independent as well. So I started on that initially when I first passed my CBT on the moped. Pretty much 3 days later I was out on my own, I don't know if you can call it bike, I suppose a bike, more of an airdryer really, but I was out on it regardless. The first 3 months are quite dangerous because you'll make mistakes. You're still learning really. Even though you've done the CBT, you've only done it for 1 day, so you don't expect to pick up years of knowledge in 1 day. It's impossible. So in essence you will learn while you're riding, so to speak. I would recommend starting off on a moped purely because it gets you that little bit of road experience. Even if you really want a bike, I would recommend getting a moped because they are safer and you ain't got to mess around with gears also. So if you're a complete newbie, I would go down that road. If you do want a geared bike, why not? If that's the way you want to do it and jump straight in, you can do. I'm not that brave, so I picked up a moped. After 3 months your road awareness improves, you start to learn to read the cars a bit better. You're a bit safer as well, you know what you're doing. You're probably just using it for commuting, so you know the route. You're pretty relaxed rider at this point. If you're not, you're probably listening to your headphones while you're riding as well, like some people do. At this point, if you are on a 49cc scooter, your taste will most likely change. You'll realise there's not enough power, and that the commuter scooter that you wanted for work just doesn't cut it anymore. You're looking for something bigger, so you might move on to, well, you will move on to a 125. That might be geared, like I will be doing. I'm currently riding a 125 moped, but I want to move on to a geared bike now, because once you get into it, there's no way to alter it, if you like. You will evolve as a rider, you'll want to move up. So that's what I'm doing. Started on a CPI Bravo 49cc. After 3 to 6 months I moved on to a Cine Shuffle 125. I'll put a picture on that as well so you can see it's a bit bigger. The road presence is a bit bigger as well. You're a bit safer, and it just has that little bit of power just to get you out of trouble if you are in it one day. I'd also say after 6 months you're fairly confident now. You've been doing it quite a while, fairly relaxed on the road. The problem is at this point is some riders' concentrations slip, and this is where they have accidents, crashes, because they think they're better than they are. You're not, because you will still get in trouble even at 6 months. You're not there yet, so do be careful. Don't get too overconfident. Just tend to be aware of what's going on around you. At the 12-month stage, this is where you really know if biking is for you. You've had your fair share of rain, you've had your fair share of mistakes, close shaves if you like. This is where you realise now if biking is for you. For most people who get on a two-wheeler, it will be. For a portion of them, they'll want to get a car, either that because they've outgrown a bike, they're starting a family, that sort of thing, they need transport, or just they've had enough of the wet weather and the hassle that comes with the bike. You'll soon realise that getting a bike, it's not just plain sailing, it's not just turn it on and ride. There's a bit more to it. It will break down a bit more than cars, a bit more unreliable, but they're also a lot more fun. So the positives that can come out of that are quite good as well. So if you do decide to stick with the two wheels, not go for the car option, you'll probably go on go on to do either your A1, A2 or DAS courses, depending on your age and depending on the power you think you're going to need or want. You might even start planning a tour, maybe Scotland, Ireland, some different part of England to where you are, or maybe even Europe if the bike's big enough, and you'll really start to enjoy it if you do persist with the bikes. You'll also become more mechanically minded. You may experience faults here and there in your first 12 months. Doing a bit of research, you'll pick up things, you'll learn to fix things yourself, and you'll be a bit more mechanically minded than you was at the start. You'll be able to ascertain rather than being completely clueless, and you'll be able to make an educated guess as to what has gone wrong with your bike and what you need to do to fix it. So you're a fairly good standard here, and I'd probably say that's about it really for your first 12 months. That's as far as I've got anyway. I've really enjoyed it. I would recommend bikes to everybody. If you do like the video, like it, and I'll see you next time.